Hi, Gavin.
Hi Afla, thank you for that warm welcome, and it seems as though we are away with the finals. This is the girls under 11 200 meters IM meet record 3:09.29 by Onithya Nanga. Let's see what these girls can bring. Fastest time in the morning at 3:27. So let's see. Whoa, still underwater. That's lane number 3. That's Herat. I believe she placed in the butterfly events, and rightfully so. She's pulled ahead in this butterfly leg. She's actually got about a body length, Afla, to the 25.
I see.
So 3:29 in the morning, two 3:29s in the morning and a 3:27. So definitely there'll be some changes made. This 200 IM, a long race. There'll be different strengths in each swimmer. They'll make their moves in different lengths. But Herat, she's 3 body lengths ahead of the field, 39.99 on that first 50. So let's see if she can hold off the rest of the swimmers.
This lane number 3 is in the lead.
Yes, that's Herat from Mahamaya Girls College, Kandy, who still has about 2 body lengths. But up in lane number 5, that's Ratnayaka. She also placed in the rest of the events. Let's see if they can make a move later on into the breaststroke and the freestyle to catch up to Herat to possibly end up in the medals for this event. Lane number 4, that's Vonoshi Vijay Singh, familiar name in the finals as well. She's been the fastest qualifier, so let's see. Possibly a move on the breaststroke. And there you have it. That's one of the hardest turns to execute, the back to breast turn. And at such a young age, girls under 11, they seem to be doing mighty fine.
And I believe, Gavin, that Herat is having some extraordinary energy conserved in her to be moving so fast.
Yeah, she's maintaining quite a long stroke in this breaststroke. So more of... she's a butterfly, definitely, but she's definitely moved her expertise a little bit onto the breaststroke as well, and I believe that should be enough for her to hang on to the gold if nothing dramatic happens in this freestyle. Now up in lane number 6, that's Leonie. She's made her move on the breaststroke, and she's actually caught up to Vonoshi and Ratnayaka. Ratnayaka dropping off slightly on that breaststroke. Vonoshi caught up, but the damage all done, Afla, on that butterfly from Herat.
Yeah. And I think Herat can break the record of 309.29 micros.
That's quite a tough record by Onithya. She will hold most of the records. But in lane number 4, that's Vonoshi. She's got a very fast kick going behind her, and she's catching Herat on every stroke. This is going to be very close. 15 meters to go. I believe Herat can see Vonoshi. Vonoshi can see Herat as well. Who's it going to be? They're breathing towards each other. 7 meters to go. Oh, I think Herat has jumped just enough to hold her off. Yes, last 4 strokes without breathing, and that should just be enough to hold off Vonoshi. Vonoshi came like a freight train on that last leg. But there we have it. That's what it means. Herat, happy with her swim. We love to see that. And at 3:18, that's the time. 3:18, so she's dropped from 3:29 to 3:18, and that's exactly where the damage was done. That's the butterfly that made everything happen for her. Vonoshi, she came like a freight train on that last freestyle leg. There we see it. She had a very big kick coming behind her, and that was enough to claim the silver. For the bronze, it's gonna be Ratnayaka who hangs on in that freestyle again.
And up next we have boys under 11 200 meter final. And in lane number 1, we have Ihan the Silva Royal College, Colombo. Lane number 2, Omid Patirana Lyceum International School, Gampaha. Lane number 3, we have Sridharan Litesh, St. Joseph's College. Lane number 4, we have Setun Rajapaksha, Lyceum International School, Nugegoda. Lane number 5, Dasiru Gayeshan, St. Joseph's College. Lane number 6, Mihin Rupasinghe, Lyceum School, Gampaha. Lane number 7, Omet Jinadasa Louvre College, Panipitia, and lane number 8 we have Aken Gunawardhan St. Peter's College, Colombo.
Yes, and to the 25, they're going to be pretty much all in a line. But you see lane number 4, that's Setun slightly ahead heading into this 25. Entry times, I beg your pardon, in the prelims, 2:58 from young Setun. So he should be pulling off. So yeah, in the last 15 meters, he's pulled off slightly ahead Afla. And we'll see if he can maintain that form into the back and the breaststroke legs. On the touch, that's a 38.14. Up in lane number 8, that's Aken Gunawardana. He's also pacing with or close to that bronze medal position, because right now in the contention for the medals, that's Setun leading the race. In lane number 5, that's Dasiru, who's catching up with every stroke on the backstroke. He's had a couple of looks as well. For the bronze so far, that's lane number 3, that's Sridharan Litesh. You're going to witness one of the hardest turns in the sport of swimming. That's the back to breast turn. You'll see different ways of turning. Most of these juniors, they'll just take the normal side touch. On occasion, we'll see the tumble turn or back to breast flip turn. But here we go. Breaststroke, crucial leg.
Long breaststrokes by lane number 4.
Yes, that's Setun. He didn't pull away too much in the early stages of the butterfly, but in the breaststroke, straight away you can say he has made his move. He's got a very strong kick behind him, a very powerful hip drive. You can see the water splashing every single time he gets down with his heads, and that's given him almost 2-3 body lengths on the rest of the field. Up in lane number 8, we mentioned him before again, that's Aken Gunawardana. He's still hanging on. He's at around about the 4th position right now with alongside Omid Patirana in lane number 2. Let's see if they can make any changes heading into this final lane. That's lane number 6 as well. That's Mihin Rupasinghe. But in the lead, Setun Rajapaksha. I believe he should take the gold in this.
Well, Setun has 10 more meters to be finished.
Yes, Afla, but let me just focus down here on lane number 2. That's Omid. We mentioned him previously, and he's catching up to lane number 3. He's got about 15 meters to do something if he wants to hang up on that podium. He's got about a body length. Let's see. We see the crowd cheering him on. I think the boys have done just enough. A 3:10. I beg your pardon. A 3:02. The final times for Setun. And that's going to be the gold. You see him on screen right now. That's Setun Rajapaksha who will take the gold. Silver to Dasiru Gayashan and bronze to Sridharan Litesh. And that is going to be your podium for the boys under 11 200 meters IM. Up next, event number 515, the girls under 13 200 meters IM. Meet record held by Buddhima Samadhi in 2017. That's a 2:48.71. Couple of big names here. We've got Gitsara in lane number 8, Gitsara Pandapitya. In lane number 1, that's W. Kadipli. In lane number 7, that's Amalmi Lianake. In lane number 2, that's Yashnaya Rajainkan. In lane number 6, that's Tinuli Dimel. Lane number 3, that's Nevli Karunaratna. In lane number 5, that's S.A.D. Tasanya. In lane number 4, that's Elisha Samuel.
And next we have Joshua joining in with us.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome a fellow 200 IM and breaststroke swimmer at the national level, Joshua. Joshua, it's a pleasure to have you on the live.
Thank you, Gavin.
We'll quickly revert back to this, Joshua, because interesting names here. Nevli won the 200 fly. Elisha won the 100 fly. Tinuli Dimel in the finalist list. Gitsara a finalist. Amalmi a finalist. Tasanya a finalist. And Yashnia a finalist. So this is an interesting 200 IM final.
It's a very interesting 200 IM final with swimmers having different strengths.
Yes, and Alicia, who took out the 50 fly, I believe she clocked in a 32 and the 100 fly. Let's see what she hangs on. That's a 34.
34.41 by Alicia Samuel, British School in Colombo.
Yeah, but then again, this race, it can change at any moment because each swimmer is strong at different stages of this race. Not only is it a strength showing of all your different principles of swimming, it's also a 200. So there is a bit of endurance aspect to it as well.
Of course, Gavin. And it's a very unpredictable event.
Definitely. But right now, Alicia seems to be dominating halfway through almost onto the backstroke. Let's see what she can put up. It's been a 2:54 in the morning. That record again, 2:48. Let's see where she will end up.
And there she comes to the end of the first 100 meters.
Ooh, and there we have it, Joshua. Finally, the first back-to-breast flip turn.
First back-to-breast flip turn. Actually, Gavin, I saw a couple of people do that in the heats as well.
Right. Okay.
So I am expecting a lot in the finals also.
Amazing. As a 200 IM swimmer, that's always amazing to see by these juniors. So, here we go. Alicia on the breaststroke.
Beautiful glide. Strong kick.
That's lane number 5. That's Tasanya who's catching up slightly on this breaststroke leg. But I believe Alicia has done enough of damage because she's only got about 15 meters on this breaststroke left to go. So let's see if she can challenge the record. That's a 2:48. So if she's to get there, she has to be at least around the 2:10 mark minimum. Maybe even a 2. Yeah, okay. So she's on pace.
She's on pace, and we can see lane number 2 and 3, Yashnia and Newly Karuna Ratna, coming right behind lane number 5, that is SAD Tasanya.
Once again, Joshua, to this record, 2:48. She touched at a 2:12, so she'll have to come home at about a 36. Not an easy time.
Not an easy time. And it's under 13 event.
Yes, but this is Alicia, who took out the fly in a 32. So let's see where she will end up. She's got about 8 seconds.
And she's coming into the last 10 meters of the event.
Yes, I think she's just narrowly going to miss it. Now, the rest of the girls, they've filed in behind. That's lane number 5. That's SAD Tasanya, who will settle for the silver. The bronze, I believe that's going to be Nevli Karuna Ratna.
And Alicia Samuel has taken the victory. Alicia Samuel of the British School in Colombo. We're waiting for the official times to come in.
There we see some replays of the start. Beautiful underwaters, and Alicia right away making her move. As we said, she is the flyer in this final.
And Alicia Samuel has achieved a time of 2:52.93, and followed by lane number 5, 3 minutes and 38 micros, and followed by lane number 3 again, with a time of 3:5.98.
So Alicia has bested her time in the morning by nearly 2 seconds. So she's come home, at around 40 seconds.
Around 40
36,
seconds.
that's a tough barrier, but definitely something she can target for to break that record in the future.
And we'll be eagerly expecting her to do the same at Sri Lanka schools as well, the upcoming meet.
Definitely. Moving on, this is the boys under 13 200 meters IM.
Event number 516.
Yes, a meet record held by A. Bihandu Hansana, 2018 at 2:32.43. Interesting on screen, Joshua. We see a block start. We don't see that too often these days. We see the swimmers doing a split leg start, but I saw lane number 8, I believe, had a box jump start. So interesting. That is the more stronger of the starts. But as we move on to the race, that's lane number 5 with the early lead. That's Dehen Alvitekla. Okay, reading the name, that makes a whole lot more sense. He will touch first in this butterfly if history proves me correct. Lane number 7, Amar Azmi, also a butterflyer, making their move on this butterfly leg. 35.49 on the touch on this butterfly for the hen.
And then lane number 3 follows with a time of 38.51. That is P. Pahan Punsara.
Actually, 4:38s following.
4:38s following.
It's a closely contested race. In the backstroke, however, that's lane number 7. He had a decent underwater. That's Amar Azmi, a familiar name once again. We've had a couple of days of competition, and we've gotten so used to the same or familiar names coming into the finals.
Yes, Gavin. And it's wonderful to see these swimmers dominating in every single event that they swim.
Definitely, and you hear the screams, and that's because Pahan Punsara in lane number 3, he's caught up. He's not only caught up, he's at around the legs of the hen in lane number 5. So let's see what this turn. Yeah, Tumber, will that help him? Yes, it has. Breaststroke, let's see where the boys end up. Lane number 4, that's Aiden Rodrigo. He had the fastest time in the morning by a mile, 2:56 to 3 minutes. So let's see, either the rest of the boys were playing possum or he's just about to make his move, and it looks like it, Joshua.
It looks like he is trying to catch up with them and pass them with his breaststroke.
Also in lane number 2, that's Ayut Pereira. He's had a couple of looks and he's catching the front pack. Still in the game, that's lane number 7.
And we see that lane number 4, Aiden Rodrigo, he has just come neck to neck with lane number 5, Dihen Alvitigala.
Yeah, let's see who's going to be first on the touch. It's actually lane number 3. That's Pahan Punsara. I told you he made his move earlier on into the breaststroke and he's gotten the lead. Yes, he touches
with a time
first.
of 2:17.77 at the 150 meter mark.
Yes, so the record seems a bit tough at this point. But this is going to be one interesting race heading into the freestyle. It's lane number 4. That's Aiden Rodrigo with the biggest kick. Still in the lead, however. That's Pahan.
And we can see lane number 3, 4, 5 battling towards the end to secure that first, second, third places.
I believe first Aiden has no plans of letting this go. He's seen how good the medals look and he feels like he's going to take this one home. For the second and third, I believe lane number 4, that's Aiden Rodrigo is going to take the goal. Let's see the time. It should be somewhere around 2:55 or 2:54. You see the cheers from the crowd. And lane number 5, that's Dihen Alvitigala. He should come in for the silver, and Pahan Punsara for the bronze. There we have it. That's our winner.
And lane number 4, Aiden Rodrigo finishes with the time of 2:55. Lane number 5, Dihen Alvitigala finishes with the time of 2:56.86. Lane number 3 comes in next. Pahan Punsara with the time of 2:57.62.
That's crazy, Joshua. 4 swimmers under 3 minutes. I remember when we were under 13 going 3 minutes, that was the dream.
That was the dream.
There was only a handful that did it, and those were considered the legendary. So, amazing that in a final you have 4 or 5 boys doing it already at this age. Moving on, this is event number 517 on screen. That's girls under 15 200 meters IM. 2015, a familiar name, KMMN Karuna Nayaka, meet record time of 2:39.36. She came all the way from England, swam the meet, set a bunch of records and went. But in the water right now, we've got a couple of big names. I believe the favorite and the fastest qualifier, that's Dilushi Dilshara in the middle. She took the 400 IM as well, Joshua, and I expect her to take this one as well. But lane number 3, she's not making it easy. That's Inuki Mutuhetti.
Yes, Gavin. And lane number 4, Dilushi Dilhara is not letting her come in and has taken a slight lead in front in the last 10 meters of the first 50.
Yeah, don't let that butterfly fool you. She's a breaststroker by all rights. So she'll touch first in this butterfly. She's a breaststroker, however. The rest of the girls, all pretty close. I think it's about a 35, and the rest all 37s and 38s to fill in behind. So interestingly, Inuki Mutuhetti, I believe she made the final in the backstroke as well, and rightfully so. She's showing us that on screen right now. There we see a good shot of Dilushi on screen. You can see her swimming without her goggles. But right now, Inuki looks to be the formidable backstroker. With every stroke, Joshua, she's inching up on Dilushi.
And it's a very strong backstroke as well after a 50 fly.
Yes, Dilushi is placed in the top 3 in under 15 national category. So this is an interesting race. One extra stroke on the wall. Let's see, breaststroke.
And Dilushi is trying to gap lane number 3, that is Inuki Mutuhetti.
Touching in third on that, Joshua, that's Mindy Piasena, also a familiar name. Let's see what she can do on this breaststroke. But so far, it appears to be Amara Watson-Kittle in lane number 2 who got the benefit off of that turn and into the breaststroke. Amara, I believe, was in the 200 breaststroke final as well. So we'll watch out for her on this third leg, and rightfully so. As I said, she's made her move, and I believe she's taken the third spot. Interestingly, that's lane numbers 5, 6, and 7. That's Mindy, Nadali, and Sanuki, who are battling it out for the bronze alongside Amara. Well, I say alongside, but they're in a line. But Amara's on her own on this side, so let's see if that will help her or not. So in the lead right now, that's a 2:05 on the touch for Dilushi.
And the record is 2:39.36.
Yeah, so that's quite a ways. A 31 on the backstretch, that's a bit tough. But let's see what Dilushi ends up with. A 2:48.95 is her morning prelims time. Let's see if she will better that. So, interestingly, Dilushi in the front. Inuki Mutuhetti, after that fly and back, she's in silver. But right now, it's Naduli and Amara fighting for this bronze. Amara slightly ahead. Nope, Naduli. Naduli, Amara. Who's it going to be on the touch?
It's the last 5 meters of the event, and it is lane 6.
Yes, I believe Naduli just clawed her way back on that breaststroke leg to take that bronze medal. Here we see some replays. Inuki put up a good fight on that flying back, and that helped her get to the bronze medal position.
Yes,
There we
Gavin.
go. And that's our winner. That's Dilushi Dilshara. She will take the gold in this girls under 15 200 meters IM.
And we can see the times 2:44 by Dilushi Dilhara. A 4-second improvement from her prelims time.
Joshua 2:44. That would put her in the top 5 at national level, I believe, which she will be competing in soon. So that's a very competitive time.
Looking forward to see what she can do, Gavin.
This next event, something I've taken part in as well, and there are some very interesting names. Joshua, take it away. That's the boys under 15 200 meters IM.
We have in lane number 4 as the fastest time, we have Dulaksha Ganidu from Lyceum International School, Gambaha, with a prelims time of 2:32.95. And right behind that, second time, we have R.A. Akalanka Nisal of St. Joseph's College as well. And we see the swimmers have gone into the water.
Yeah, Dulaksha will take this out. Dulaksha is the familiar sprinter. He will later, I hope, be racing the 50 free as well. We've got Rion, we've got Taruka Salgado, we've got Devsit, we've got Akalanka, we've got Hashel Senarat, we've got Ebenezer, and we've got De Silva.
We've got all the biggest names in the under 15 200 meter IM.
Yes,
event.
Talking about big names, the 2:18.81 set in 2014, that's Kyle Abesinger. Joshua, I believe you and I were in that race in the heats and finals as well, if my memory serves me correct.
Yes, Gavin, we were destroyed.
But speaking of someone who's not getting destroyed, the boys, they're all in a line. That's Hashel Senarat, that's Akalanka Nisal, and Dulaksha Ganidu, all in a line. Down in lane number 3, that's Taruka Salgado. So the big names we mentioned before, they're all up together. Lane number 5, that's Akalanka, had a bit of a look. Rightfully so, he's pulled off ahead. So let's see what this breaststroke would hold.
It's always the breaststroke, no, Gavin?
Yes, definitely. That's where I love to make the move as well. Not too familiar or known as a breaststroker myself, but definitely fun to make the move on that breaststroke. Here we go.
We can see that lane number 5 is slightly ahead. That is Akalanka Nisal of St. Joseph's College.
Yes, Dulaksha is the more dominant freestyler in this final.
But he is catching up with the breaststroke, I see.
That is exactly my point. I was going to mention that. Interesting that he is making his move on this breaststroke as well.
And he has taken the lead. Lane number 4, Dulaksha Ganidu of Lyceum International School, Gampaha, has taken the lead in the breaststroke. We'll see what they can do in the freestyle as well.
Yes, Dulaksha, I said he was dominant, but he's a 50 swimmer and a 100 swimmer. 200 not to his to his forte. So let's see if Akalanka can use that to his advantage. They're almost nope. As I say that, Dulaksha has been like, Gavin, nope, I'm going to prove you wrong, and he's just pulling away with the rest of the field. That's Hashel Senarat up in lane number 6, who's filled into that third spot. So let's see if lane number 3, that's Rion De Silva, can put up a fight. But Dulaksha, I'm pretty sure he heard what I said.
It's a beautiful swim by Dulaksha. Coming up to the last 5 meters.
Let's check the time. It appears to be a sub 2:27.
Gavin, lane 6 and lane 3.
Oh, right. Yes, Rion has caught up in that freestyle, but I believe Hashel just edged him out. The time, at 2:27.90. So that is quite a competitive time and a very good one for Dulaksha Ganidu. 227. We see the replays. He was ahead in the butterfly leg. The rest of the boys caught him up on the backstroke. But the breaststroke, he made his move and freestyle, but he never let that one go.
Coming in second place, lane number 5, Akalanka Nisal with a time of 2:31. And number 6, Hashel Senarat coming in third, time of 2:34. This has been very interesting, Gavin.
Definitely. That event, if memory serves me correct, that time by Dulaksha Ganidu in the under 15 category would put him as the fastest time this year. So that's definitely a time to witness at the Nationals coming in a short few months as well. Here we go. This is the girls under 17 200 meters IM meet record. A legend in her own right. That's Kimiko Rahim, a 2:28.16 in 2014. Still underwater. That's lane number 5, just at 14.99. That's KTT Damsarani.
Of SNS Swimming Academy.
Yes, but down here in lane number 3, that's Netuli Fonseca. She's a finalist and a medalist in the previous races of days and days of competition as well. Fastest time in the morning, however, that's Pamali Piligama in lane number 4. First to the wall, it's going to be, I believe that's lane number 3 and 5. That's Netuli and Damsarani, separated by just 0.01.
Just a micro.
Yes. So let's see if they'll make her moves on the backstroke leg. It appears to be Damsarani who's made her move on the backstroke. A very striking jammer, a white. That's definitely easier for the parents and everyone back at home to witness on this live. She stands out. Backstroke, here we go. Netuli. Yeah, it's going to be Netuli and Damsarani up ahead. So,
and we can see lane 1 is also coming right behind them. Lane 1, that is Mikala Vimala Sen of Lyceum International School, Wattala.
yes, Joshua, the outside lanes, also up in lane number 8. That's Chanami Siatra also making a move on the backstroke. So definitely this breaststroke, according to the prelim times, one to watch. Here we go. If Pamela is to maintain her gold, she's got to make her move on this breaststroke. Let's see what the girls hold. All three very long on their breaststrokes. Oh, they're going to be so close to the 25. It's going to be one interesting race heading into the second 25 of breaststroke. Who's it going to be? I believe Netuli is just slightly ahead, just a hairline ahead of the rest of the girls. But Joshua, as you pointed out, Michaela Vimala Sena in lane number 1
is also doing a great job with her breaststroke.
Yes, she's pulled up to the first spot and she's dragging along Padmanathan in lane number 2. So the two of them have made their move places up to the 4th and 5th spot. So let's see what this touch is going to hold. Let's see who's going to get that advantage onto the freestyle. And
that is lane number 3 with a time of 2:14.68, and lane number 5, KTT Damsarani with a time of 2:15.
Yet again, Joshua, Damsarani and Netuli close together. But I know Netuli, she trains crazy hard. And rightfully so, as I say, that she's made her move on to the freestyle. I've seen the way that girl trains. She goes hard.
And we can see that her training has paid off at the last 15 meters, being ahead of lane number 5 and 4.
Yes, Joshua. And the other thing, she has the advantage. She's breathing towards Damsarani, but Damsarani not letting this go. Head down on the last few strokes. Netuli takes it. Oh, what a relief. You saw that effort. She gasped out as soon as she touched the wall.
With a beautiful time of 2:53.09. Netuli Fonseca of Visakha Vidyalaya Colombo takes the victory in that event.
You see the pride between the schoolmates as well. Netuli, she had to dig deep for that one, Joshua, because Damsarani was just not letting that go. So final places, it's going to be Netuli for gold.
Lane number 4, Pamali Piligama, Visakha Vidyalaya Colombo.
And Damsarani for the silver and Pamali for the bronze.
That's how it is, I believe. The soft touch has missed.
Yes. So, what a swim, a 2:53. I believe that's a new PB for the girls as well. Now, on deck, that's event number 520. That's the boys under 17, 200 meters IM. The meet record, 2016. That's Kyle Abesinger again. at 2:10.14. Interesting here, Joshua. We've got in lane number 4 and 5, that's AIM Hatim, and lane number 5, that's Muaz Bari. Muaz Bari in the top 3 in the 400 and 200 IM at short course. But Hatim, also a 200 IM and a 100 individual medley specialist as well. So we've got a bit of a clash here. Muaz, more of a middle distance swimmer, and Hatim, a sprinter, respectfully fast in their own rights. And Hatim, as expected, 29.04, but 29.61 to Hesandu actually. That's Hesandu in lane number 3.
It was a beautiful underwater by lane number 4 AIM Hatim, which put him in the lead with a gap, with a body length of a gap.
Yeah, and Hatim has pulled away on this backstroke leg. Up in lane number 5, that's Suleiman Shihar. He was the winner of the 50 meters backstroke and the 100 meters backstroke. He also played the water polo matches. He's a jack of all trades, Suleiman. So let's see if he can make his move. Lane number 5, that's Muaz. Had a bit of a look on that backstroke. He'll be looking to make his move on the breaststroke. I know he competed in the 100 breaststroke as well. The 400 meter IM champion and the 400 freestyle. He won't let this one go easily. But Hatim, no slouch on the breaststroke.
Hatim is not letting Muaz Bari get close to him.
Yeah,
And
I believe Joshua Hatim has a PB of around 32 or 33 on the breaststroke, and Muaz 34. The only difference between the two is going to be the endurance for Muaz.
And
So
we
let's
can
if
see
that
Muaz's
goes.
endurance playing right now,
Yes.
closing that gap with Hatim. But will that be enough for him to secure that gold?
He'll have to be as fast as possible on these last few strokes of breaststroke to have a chance onto this freestyle.
He has to catch up a time of 3 seconds to get ahead of Hatim, and Hatim is not letting him come forward.
Yeah, Hatim has a history of doing the 200 freestyle as well, and quite a dominant swimmer at that. And in lane number 3, that's Hesandu, who has filed up for that bronze medal as well. So as it peels out, it's going to be Hatim for the goal. Let's see what the final time is. It should be a low 220s somewhere there. Yes, 221.28, the soft touch. Silver, I believe, will go to Muaz Bari. And bronze to lane number 3. That's Hesandu Kodagoda of Nalanda College. 229, 225. All the boys improving massively from their morning swims. But of course, Joshua, these guys, they're experienced now. They know how to take it easy in the heats and shift up a few gears for the final.
Yes, Gavin. It's a strategy played by all the swimmers, I believe, in the national level.
It's a risky strategy played by all the players.
And
in the
it's
national
just a
level.
trick up their sleeves.
Definitely. And on screen right now, awaiting the girls under 20 200 meters IM. Meet record at 240.17 in 2022 by Hiroki De Silva. On the block, and they're away. Brilliant start from all of them. I believe Jessie should take the lead in this butterfly leg, and rightfully so. First to the 15, that's Jessie Senivaratna in lane number 4.
And there's a 5th swimmer also going in this finals.
We love to see it. The more the merrier, Joshua.
More the merrier.
It's something that we struggle to in Sri Lanka, to fill up these older categories. So it's always lovely to see a few extra swimmers. A lovely pyramid going on here. Jessie's going to touch the wall first. Let's see what the time should be. Around the 33.
It's a 34.08, Gavin.
Yeah, 34.08. 35 for lane number 5 and 36 for lane number 6. So let's see what will be to unfold in this race. Lane number 6, however, Joshua, that's Kandanagama. She seems to be a very good backstroker because she's made a move and she's catching up ground on the rest of the swimmers. Jessie, she's pulling away with every stroke. Up ahead.
She's being very efficient on the stroke also, Gavin. You can see that being very calm and composed even after a 50 fly.
Yes, Joshua.
Where we gasp for air.
Definitely. And I know Jessie, I know what's in her head. She's thinking about this 50 breaststroke right now. Here we go. She's going to try and keep it long as possible. Yes, very beautiful underwater. Cut off as much of the breaststroke as possible. And there, as we said, long
Glide.
long
glide
glide on that breaststroke. So here we go. The rest of the girls, if they're going to do something, they got to do it on this breaststroke leg. Ohasi in lane number 5. Lane number 6, that's Kandanagama. She's close to Ohasi on this breaststroke. Let's see. But Jessie, cool, calm and collected, up ahead with long breaststroke. Lane number 3, that's Vinodani. She's also catching up to the front pack in this breaststroke leg. So let's see what the final placers will hold.
And Jessie has gone all the way right now. And that's a 2:8.84 by Jessie in lane number 4, and she has started sprinting for the last 50.
Yeah, I believe she's just glad that breaststroke leg is over, Joshua. Knowing Jessie, she might take this easy and maybe put in a little bit of extra gas at the last 15 meters. Let's see. The rest of the girls, that's Ohasi, who has settled in for the silver medal, and lane number 6, that's Kandanagama, who hung on with Ohasi. She should take the bronze unless something overly dramatic happens in the final stages. And as I said, Joshua, she's picked it up with the last 5 meters to go, head down, and there she touches. Very cool, calm and collected. And
it looks like a very easy win for Jessie.
Yes, should be somewhere around in between 240 and 250. Just awaiting confirmation. We see some swimmers.
And it's a 248.19 by Jessie.
I beg your pardon. We've been talking about Jessie, but that lane number 4 swimmer, that was Tenushi. That wasn't Jessie in lane number 4. That's Tenushi Kalvitagoda in lane number 4. So we're just awaiting confirmation on our screens. Lane number 4, yes, correction and apologies. That's Tenushi in lane number 4 who takes the win in that event. So Tenushi pretty familiar. She'll also be thinking the same things pretty much on the breaststroke. I know her training. So fly and free, she would have been looking forward to pulling away. So pretty much the same mindset as Jessie. So big apologies for that. Our data seems to be slightly off up here in the com box. We see the swimmers getting ready. That, I believe, is lane number 4 on screen. That was Nick De Silva. Last year, I believe he was 3rd in the national swimming championships in the 200 IM. We'll see what he can do. But he's got stiff competition, Joshua, because in lane number 5...
That is Senator Dainal of St. Joseph's College.
And also a Trinitian, SC Ranhalage, also a 200 IM swimmer at the national level.
And IMJB Pattanapitiya, known for his brutal butterfly.
Yes. So let's see where this will lead. Lane number 4, that's Nick De Silva. He'll be devouring these underwaters. He's a backstroker, but he'll take this fly hard as well because he's got to survive. Lane number 7, there we go, as you mentioned, Joshua.
SC Ranhalage, known as a flyer. He is trying to keep up with lane number 4.
And first on the touch, I believe lane number 6 is close as well. And yes, he gets the touch. That's a 28.56. That's Nivedagal in lane number 6. Let's see.
And then lane number 7 next with the 28.
Yeah, that's Ranhalage. Lane number 5, that's Senitha Dinal as well. Look for him to make his move on the breaststroke.
He is known to be a breaststroker, am I right, Gavin?
Yes. He did win the 200 breaststroke in this meet as well. Lane number 3, that's Vidul, who's hanging on, and not just hanging on, he's competing for the silver medal at this moment as we speak. Nick De Silva, a backstroker. He took out the backstroke events. He's going to be first, a 1:03.93, Joshua. And I can tell you that's competitive from the 200 IM national final as well.
Yes, Gavin. I agree.
So yes, when we are swimming the final, we want to be somewhere around that mark on the 100 breast as well. And here we go. Senitha's made his move on the breaststroke.
Senitha, and I believe Vidul Kumaravadu as well, going so neck to neck in that breaststroke.
So it's Vidul, Senitha and Nivadagal. But Senitha seems to have made his move on the breaststroke. He's catching up Nick De Silva on every stroke. Will it be enough? He's got about 5 meters to do so. I believe personal bests wise, they have both been sub 220. So this will be an interesting freestyle leg. Senitha, of course, with an open water background as well. Let's see if he decides to try and attempt it. But Nick De Silva, wow, what a freestyle leg. He's pulling away.
And he is not letting this slip away from his fingers.
Yes, and lane number 3, that's Vidul. He's still in the 3rd spot. But lane number 6, that's Nivadagal. He's going to try and make a move on this freestyle as well. But Nick De Silva, let's see the final time. I believe that's 2:18. You see the cheers from the Lyceum crowd.
It's a 2:18.32 by Nick De Silva, and lane number 5, it's a 2:24.03 by Senitha Dinar. And then following him, lane number 3 in third place, it's a 2:28.89 by Vidul Kumaravadu.
So that 2:18 is faster, if I'm not mistaken, than his nationals time. So that should be somewhere around his personal best as well. So definitely gave his all. You can see from the reaction, instant gratification as soon as he saw that board.